Richett, and you're watching Amplify.
So what we do is we create digital products that teach people how to build businesses online. From everything from like affiliate marketing, where you're promoting other people's things. So you're not having to go out and find products, ship products, drop ship products like I know a lot of people are doing. You actually can just take other people's products, promote them, make money from it, right? So we have courses that teach that. We have courses that teach Facebook advertising, YouTube advertising. So really, if you want to build a business on the internet, we have courses that'll teach you how to do it. If you have a business, but you want it to grow, we have courses that'll teach you how to make it grow.
Tell us a little bit about the success you've experienced in your business and give us a bit of those fun stats. How long you've been in business and then what got you to the 2 comma?
Oh gosh. I've been doing this for a long time, probably 13 years now. I kind of started backwards. A lot of people will start on the internet and then they look to see what can they do? How can they kind of grow, maybe do TV or whatever. I started on television. So I wrote a book in 2008 maybe to teach people what I was doing online. And I filmed an infomercial. I ran it with Mark Victor Hansen, Chicken Soup for the Soul co-author. Yeah. So he interviewed me. We ran the show. We sold 1 million books. And then from that, I started looking at, television is kind of tough. There's a lot of moving pieces. What if I could start doing this online? And that's where I kind of took what I was teaching in the book and I started building digital courses and teaching that kind of stuff online. And then I found ClickFunnels and I said, man, this makes things a little bit easier for me. At the time I had so many different pieces to the puzzle and I could consolidate a lot of those pieces with just using ClickFunnels. And so using that, I started building out some of our digital courses and our, the pathways and the funnels for our digital courses. And that's how I ended up with this 2 Comma Club award.
And how does it feel to be here today receiving your award? Because a lot of people, that's all they see. They see the success, and I know there must have been some bumps in the road on your way to this.
Oh yeah. Well, I think a lot of people want to make you feel like there's not a lot of bumps in the road, but there certainly are. I started with a bump in the road. The whole reason I started my business, my parents lost their life savings in the stock market. So I know a lot of people have, especially lately, right? A lot of people have had those types of things happen. There's been so many companies that have gone bankrupt, gone under, and people lost everything with them. My dad was one of them. He lost all of his money in WorldCom. And so when I see that there's so many people that are struggling, I see that there are a lot of people that have lost everything. And there are people here that have, they've spent their last dollar to be at an event to learn how to do this. I know how that feels because I spent money we didn't even have to start my first online business to help my parents. That's the only reason I even started an internet business. And so along the way, I've seen all of the problems, all of the roadblocks, the things that I've done wrong. And the one thing that I think has stood out for me and helped me to get where I'm at is that when I started my first business, I started it with a real purpose. It was to pay my parents' house payments. That's to keep them in their home. So for me, I never looked at what if it doesn't work. I just looked at it has to work, right? So I had no fear of failure. And I really believe that a lot of people, when they try to start anything in life that they are not familiar with and they haven't done, the fear is what holds them back, keeps them from ever getting started. And if you never get started, you never even have a chance, right? So the one thing I try to teach people is along the way, there's going to be these problems, I call them little forks in the road, where you got to make a decision. Are you going to keep doing this or are you going to just give up and quit? And you have to find a way to not let the fear hold you back, because that's what will 100% guarantee that you fail. So for me, it's always been about just knowing that other people are doing it. I can do it too. I just got to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. And as long as I know it's possible, I keep trying.
That's great. Outside of that entire mind shift, what other pieces of advice do you have for someone who's interested in getting started in an online business and they don't really know where to begin?
I think the biggest thing is education, right? It's not just trying to just throw a bunch of darts at the wall. People say just throw a handful of them and one will stick. It's going in with a purpose. It's like intention, right? Like going and finding, okay, this is what I want to do. Do you want to promote other people's products? Do you want to drop ship like you see people do with these, the e-commerce? Do you want to educate? Do you have something in your brain that you can share with people and you want to build a course around that? Find what it is that you want to do and then stick to it. The biggest thing that I think causes people to fail with these internet businesses is that there's so many opportunities. There's so many things that you can do, and what happens is people sit down and they say, I'm going to do this. and then they get that email or they get that message and it changes and it's, oh, wait a minute, I could do this over here. And they just bounce around like a little ping pong ball, right? And for me, I think that the biggest piece of advice and the best advice I give people is find what resonates with you and then stick to it, because people want it to seem like it's just this like internet lifestyle, where you just play around on your laptop and you're on boats. This is not how it is. Like, I work till 2 a.m. and I get up at 8 and I'm back at it. So, I mean, you have to love what you're doing in order to really be successful, because it requires a whole lot of dedication, time, focus, and energy. And so I think finding what you really love and then sticking to it is important.
Where can we find you if we want to learn more?
Well, morrisoneducation.com. That's kind of, we've got some free courses, free online resources where we kind of bring people in and help them decide what it is that they want to do. Because I've done so many of these things now in 13 years that we have things that teach people how to do pretty much anything that I've done. And so we have free resources where you can come in and it'll say, here's how you would do a digital course, or here's how you would do affiliate marketing. And you kind of can find what resonates with you, what you like, and then you can kind of go down those paths to learn more about them.